Uttarkashi, Silkyara Tunnel rescue. We're getting live updates. Let's go to Uttarkashi, where the rescue operation is resuming, and of course we're getting some live updates there. So today is the 17th day, and we are hoping good news to come any time now. This rescue operation where 41 workers were trapped inside the Silkyara tunnel for the past 16 days are finally going to see the light at the end of the tunnel, literally. This has been a significant breakthrough. Rescue teams have successfully penetrated the debris and laid pipes to evacuate workers inside this tunnel, collapsed tunnel, in fact, in Uttarakhand's Silkyara. And this collaborative effort involves the National Disaster Response Force, the State Disaster Response Force, medical personnel, ambulances, the miners actively engaged in this rescue operation. So these rat hole miners from Uttar Pradesh worked in tandem with the army, manually drilling through rubble. Uttarakhand Chief Minister Pushkar Singh Dhami has been present at the site since this morning. He has been overseeing the rescue operations. Prime Minister Narendra Modi, in fact, has been closely monitoring and coordinating relief efforts with the Chief Minister. Now, our correspondent Dibendu Mondal has the latest. Let's go live to Dibendu. Dibendu, are we expecting good news finally now?
Well, Tanvi, you know, we just spoke a while back, and just in minutes now, we will see the workers coming out. And yes, it is a good news. You can see smiling faces around. The workers will be walking out very, very soon now. The ambulances have been lined up. The NDRF and SDRF officials have already gone inside. We have also seen visuals of the Chief Minister of Uttarakhand, Pushkar Singh Dhami, already speaking to the workers from the lifeline pipeline that was set up inside the tunnel. So it is now just a matter of minutes to begin to see these workers coming out. Let me, if you have time, let me allow me to explain how they will be pulled out from this tunnel. So they will be using a pulley system through which these stretchers with wheels will be rolled inside the pipe that has been laid down, the 1.2 meter diameter pipe that has been laid down. These stretchers will go to the workers. Two of the NDRF officials have already gone inside the tunnel where these 41 workers are trapped. They will be strapped into these stretchers, and through a pulley system they will be pulled out, in fact rolled out from the pipe one by one. This entire process will take about an hour or a maximum of up to an hour and a half, after which they will be moved to the district hospital for further treatment after the primary checkup that will be done in the makeshift medical camp that has been set up here at Silkyara.
Dibendu, as per your sources, so what you're saying is basically that the rescue operation is over and soon we'll see these workers come in the group, or are they going to come one by one?
Well, see, they will be coming out one by one. So the rescue operation, in fact, the drilling and the laying out of the pipe, everything is now complete. What we were reporting moments back, that about some meters are left, that has been completed. We have got confirmation that that part has been completed. Now what the main part of pulling these workers out from the trapped 2-kilometer tunnel will begin. This will be done by the NDRF and the state disaster force. So SDRF and NDRF both have gone inside the tunnel. They will soon, in fact, begin the rescue operation. So as I explained, they will be pulled out one by one. So each person to come out will take about 3 to 5 minutes of time. So 41 people will take about an hour and a half if everything goes smooth from here on.
Okay. Have any arrangements been made, to live cast this, if I may ask this? I mean, what are the arrangements that we are seeing? How is the press going to know about how this operation at this very final leg is going ahead?
Well, I think the nature of this operation, since this is a sensitive nature of the operation, we don't think we will get any live visuals from this rescue operation. But however, I think what the authorities here have been telling us that they will be arranging some footage for us because the media is not allowed inside the tunnel. So what we can perhaps expect is the official video that will be released of this entire rescue operation once the operation is completed, because since this is a very sensitive nature and it is about pulling them out safely from the trapped tunnel, so I don't think so we can get any live visuals, but we can perhaps the movement what we will understand is from how the ambulances and how once they walk out from the tunnel, they will be walking to the ambulance which is placed right outside the tunnel here. So we will be getting those live visuals from here. But of course, the operation, since it is sensitive, we perhaps will not be able to get the live footages.
Yes, and what we were told earlier, Dibendu, that a makeshift hospital has also been made at the site. Tell us about the hospital, the number of ambulances deployed there, and of course trauma teams, because they are being rescued after a good 16 days. In fact, the 17th day is also nearing to its end.
Well, you know, there are 41 ambulances that has already made their queue up near the tunnel. All these workers, one by one, will be first given primary health care by the doctors that are already stationed inside the makeshift health camp inside the tunnel. There are specialized doctors who have also been flown down here in Silkyara from the AIIMS in Rishikesh. They will also be monitor the critical health parameters of all the workers, because they have been in a confined space for the 17th day now. So their physical parameters will be, and their vitals will be noted by the doctors, and if the doctors find anything to be untoward, they will not take any chance, and they will be flown by the Chinook helicopters of the Indian Air Force, which is currently on standby, and a makeshift helipad has also been put in place to the AIIMS in Rishikesh. But as a precautionary measure, all these other, in fact, all the 41 workers will be taken to the district hospital in Uttarkashi for primary checkup. From after they are pulled out and given a primary checkup is done here at Silkyara, they will be taken to the district hospital, where they will be kept for 48 to 72 hours for observation. So the authorities here have made foolproof arrangement for the well-being and for the healthy well-being, in fact, of all the 41 trapped workers who have been here for the last 17 days now. But this news comes as a sigh of relief for everyone here, from rescue operators to the authorities, as well as to the family members of all these trapped people.
Yes, Dibendu, as we await the rescued workers to come out of the tunnel, give us a sense, an idea of the geological and environmental factors that have made the task of rescuing these workers very challenging.
Well, the Himalayan mountain is, of course, very prone to earthquake. This is in seismic zone 5. So this mountain is very prone to earthquake. So I was speaking to a tunneling expert, Arnold Dix. He had been constantly saying that the geology of the Himalayan mountains is very complicated, because the rocks here are sedimentary rocks. They are pretty different in nature. There are quartz. So drilling through different kinds of rocks in one mountain requires different machinery, which is why we saw the multiple drilling efforts have failed multiple times and has received obstacles couple of times in the last couple of days, which is why the authorities had taken in for manual drilling. But the challenging geology, and also importantly, there are many water springs inside the mountain here at the Himalayan region, because remember, this is a young mountain and this is still growing. The seismic activity and the tectonic movement beneath the Himalayan region is quite high. This is a sensitive zone. Too much drilling from multiple sites could also cause another disaster. So all these aspects were taken into consideration while the critical decision of rescuing the workers were made.
Okay, it has been a whole of government approach, Dibendu, and of course last few hours have been crucial, because what we are hearing, and also you also give us these details, that the contribution of rat mining has been really essential in this rescue operation. So tell us what rat mining is all about, and what great significant role this rat mining has played in this rescue operation.
Well, Tanvi, rat miners are specialized miners. They are specialized and trained, highly trained in going into such complex situation and in such closed environment to dig out the debris, to dig out mucks. So these group of rat miners, what we are told is about 12 of them, have come from a company called Trenchless, which was also undertaking this rescue operation here at Silkyara. They arranged these men. These men are primarily trained to work in mines where they have to go down on a very, very concise space down beneath the earth to mine. So they are highly skilled and trained to work in such closed environment. So let me also explain how these rat miners worked and their contribution. The rat miners went inside the 1.2 meter diameter pipe that has been laid down for the rescue. The last 10 meter that was causing the hurdle, this was manually broken down by these rat miners who walked round the clock in shifts. The muck that was created by this debris was also physically removed. So this is a very tiring process. This is a very tedious job. You have to go inside one by one. It's a small space. Go in one by one, clear those out, use those traditional tools to remove them. If there is any iron girders or any steel frame, that has to be cut through these gas cutters. So they were equipped with all the necessary tools that were needed. They had also taken some of the drilling machines. We had sent those visuals for our viewers to see. So they had worked round the clock since yesterday evening to make this happen, and their contribution, their dedication. I have spoken to a couple of these rat miners before they went inside the tunnel. Their determination, and they had told us also that this is not the first time that they are going in such a situation. It has been. I mean, they were very high in spirits, and they had this passion to bring these 41 men out, and they worked throughout the night. Throughout the day without taking a break to bring this out. So their dedication and commitment to their work is something in fact is commendable, and it is their hard work that we have got this success today after 17 long days.
Yes, Dibendu, I mean, one makes an assessment that these rat hole mining technique was employed after the high-tech machines and augers failed. Do you think lessons are going to be drawn from this rescue operation indeed?
Well, of course, Tanvi, from the last couple of days, we have been hearing the auger machine is drilling, the auger machine is hitting obstacles, but what scientific machines could not do is what these laborers did it. And in just 24 hours they could complete this. So this is phenomenal. What the auger machine perhaps could not do in the last 15 days, the rat hole miners did the last bit of their job to save these 41 men. So machines from across India were brought in. But having said this, I wouldn't say that machines did not play any role. Of course they did, and they were completely complementing the work that was being done done by the rat hole miners. But having said this, the manual contribution to reach the last bit and the last mile by these rat hole miners is commendable.
Okay, Dibyendu, if you could give us some more details about these trapped workers in this Silkyara tunnel, which part of India do they belong to? And also if you know about these rat miners also, where have they been called from?
Well, first let me begin with the workers. So there are 41 workers who are trapped. They are from different parts of the country. What I have been told is that some from Odisha. Yesterday also the Labour Minister from Odisha government had come in to meet and talk to some of the workers who are trapped inside. Some are also from West Bengal, Uttar Pradesh, Jharkhand, Bihar, and also some from their home state. This is the home state of Uttarakhand. So they are from different parts of the country, and they have been trapped here for the last 17 days, but finally they will be getting some respite this night and in fact see the light of their life maybe in this darkness here. But also the rat miners, what we have been told, and I have spoken to them, they are also from different parts of the country. Some have worked in Jharkhand, some have worked in Bihar, some have also worked in parts of West Bengal, in the land mines, in the mines, or in the coal mines in different parts of the country. So, you know, the whole of country, I would say, have come here to help these 41 workers that have been trapped for the last 17 days.
Indeed, as we are all awaiting this joyous news, Dibyendu, you know, authorities were really up to their feet to keep the morale high of these workers. If you could give us a sense, how did they manage to keep their morale high? Of course, we know food and oxygen was sent to them via pipe. Summarize for us this, you know, this arduous nature of this whole rescue operation.
Well, you know, from day one, the authorities were trying to reach out to the trapped workers, and when the first breakthrough of the food and the lifeline pipeline that is being called here was laid, it was another successful milestone that was achieved in this rescue operation, because it was then ascertained that, you know, the workers are completely doing fine, and the first contact was established with the workers. The authorities, in fact, wasted no time to ensure that they wanted to establish some sort of contact with the workers, because before this the lifeline pipeline that is being called, the 6-inch diameter pipeline that was laid, through which solid food was being sent to these workers, there were virtually no communication. Many of the family members had even thought, to whom we had spoken, that they could never see their loved ones again, because there was no news whether they were alive or not. But when the first visual, remember, came out about a week back now, there was a sense of cheer amongst the family members that they could speak and see their loved ones doing fine, doing well inside the tunnel, and they are healthy and alive. So that sense of gratification, that sense of happiness and joy came to the family members a week back when they saw their loved ones through the camera hole, through the pinhole camera that was sent through the 6-inch pipe laid down as a pipeline. But having said this, there were electricity to much of respite of these workers, so they were not in complete darkness. The electricity line which was already laid inside the tunnel did not break down, so they had electricity. Water was also being provided continuously. Oxygen, of course, was also being provided, and an exhaust, and a huge exhaust was also laid out, so that there are no harmful gases that accumulate inside the tunnel, which could further deteriorate the health of the trapped workers. So, you know, warm food was also being provided to the workers 3 times a day, so that, you know, they do not fall sick, or there is no nutrient deficiency that happens in the workers. So, you know, the authorities planning this rescue operation meticulously worked in detail, minute by minute, to ensure that, and in fact their first priority was the health and well-being of these 41 trapped workers here at Silkyara. So every minute details was carefully worked out by the rescue authorities, by, in fact, the authorities that were working tirelessly for the rescue of these 41 men.
All right, we're getting live updates now, Divendu, that the rescue worker have 8 people, in fact, 8 people have been rescued, and this is the latest that we are tracking. Divendu, this rescue mission has been, has involved, in fact, immense coordination efforts by the Indian Army, the NDRF, the SDRF, now an Indian Air Force helicopter is also on standby. So, of course, the rescue has involved tremendous coordination efforts, and here we see Chief Minister of Uttarakhand, Pushkar Singh Dhami's tweet, where he says that the process of evacuating these trapped tunnels in Silkyara has commenced, and till now 8 workers have been rescued, and he further goes on to say that the initial health checkup of these 8 rescue workers is being done, and they're being taken to the makeshift medical camp there. And now we are getting live visuals from Uttarakhand, where sweets are being distributed to these Indian Army personnel. Of course, there are family members, of course, they are there at the site, as told to us by our correspondent. So 8 workers have been rescued, and the remaining ones are there, but we hope that in the next hour or so, this entire operation, 17-day-long operation, will culminate. And one really hopes that these 8 workers are really in good spirits. Divendu, the update that we have been getting right throughout these days, that the workers were safe, right? So they are not injured, right, in any way whatsoever.
Well, of course, we had been given assurances by the authorities, and even the family members that we have spoken to have continuously told us that everyone who is trapped inside, all the 41 men, are doing completely fine. There was no cause of worry. There was no sense of any injury to anybody. So they were doing perfectly fine inside. And as you will see now, once these people start coming out, these ambulances will roll out one after the other, and will be making their way to the nearby hospital here at the Uttarkashi district in Uttarakhand. So, of course, there has been no case of any injury, or for that matter, any cause of health concerns for these 41 men.
Okay, Divendu, as we await the visuals, of course, they are going to be really going to give us a great relief here in India. Well, Plan A, correct me if I'm wrong, Plan A was horizontal drilling, Plan B was vertical drilling, and of course, Plan C was rat mining. So, tell us why Plan A and Plan B failed, so to say.
Well, Plan B, the vertical drilling only began a couple of days back. The vertical drilling was a long process, so which is why we have been told that that was taken as a secondary resort. The fastest way to reach to them was through the through the horizontal drilling through the debris, because the distance between the workers and the debris that had blocked them was only about 60 meters, while the vertical drilling had to be done for about almost 100 meters.
Okay, Divendu, request you to hold your thoughts. We're getting live visuals. This is the first trapped worker who has come out, and we see General V.K. Singh and Chief Minister Pushkar Singh Dhami are speaking to him, whose name we don't know yet. But of course, the trapped worker is smiling, and hugs are being shared, and of course this trapped worker seems to be in good health condition. So of course, claps and cheers all the way. Pushkar Singh Dhami, General V.K. Singh interacting with this worker, the visual coming live from Uttarkashi. Of course, Divendu, one would be expecting the photos and videos which will be shared shortly of these 8 workers. Yes, please continue.
Yes, of course. We have also been getting visuals of these entire operation, how these men are being trapped, being taken out of these, and how the Chief Minister is meeting them. So it is, of course, a sense of joy for everyone here. This long operation had gone in for about 17 days, but finally a sense of relief for everyone who has been working here round the clock. A huge media contingent here are also celebrating, because they have been here 24/7 with the rescue workers, working, bringing the live footages and the news to every household, to their family members who are trapped inside, about the rescue operation. So in fact, it's a sense of relief for everyone here who is working, who has been working 24/7 to ensure the safe return of these 41 workers. So these first visuals that we are getting currently is in fact a sense of relief, a sense of joy for everyone here. There is a mood of celebration here at Silkyara, that all the efforts of 17 days, round the clock effort of all the rescuers, all the authorities have brought out fruitful results.
All right, let's tell our viewers who are just joining in that rescuers have managed to escape these 8 trapped workers as of now, and a tunneling expert said that these rescuers managed to break through to the group at 19:05 local time, and of course these workers are being extracted one by one via pipe. And I will ask Dibendu, my correspondent joining me from Uttarkashi. Dibendu, give us again this sense of how these trapped workers are coming out alive one by one. Give us this rescue operation, which is at the last test stage right now.
Well, Tanvi, this is of course the last leg of the entire rescue operation, and we are already reporting that about 8 of them have come out, and by the time we finish this broadcast, or by the time we finish this question, there could be 2 more coming out. So this is a very dynamic situation where the rescuers are not wasting any time to pull them out. So what we had been told is that 3 to 5 minutes each will be taken. 3 to 5 minutes will be taken for each rescuer, for each trapped men to come out. So within the next 1 hour, we hope to see all the 41 men out and smiling and happy to see the light of the day, even in this darkness here at at Silkyara. So it's a sense of celebration here at Silkyara, and of course within the next 1 hour, we are certain now that all the 41 men will be out from the trapped tunnel here at Silkyara, who had been here for the last 17 days now.
Okay,
so,
Dibendu, there is
another,
yeah, it's in its final stage, and now this number has gone up to 13. 13 workers have come out safe and sound from this Silkyara tunnel that was collapsed, and it gives us great joy to tell you all that all these workers are in good health condition. What happens from here on, that they will be taken to this hospital this makeshift hospital that is there at the site for 48 hours. They'll be examined, and of course from there on they will be taken. Dibendu, what happens from there on? Yes, they are going to be here for 48 hours, and after that what happens next?
Well, after the 48 hours, the time frame completes. They will be relieved. In fact, they will be sent back to their homes. They can go back with their family members, because most of the family members of these 41 men are already here, and they have to. They will be meeting them. They will be talking to them here at the makeshift hospital where they are currently being kept. They will also now be taken to the hospital which has been designated and kept on standby at the Uttarkashi hospital, and after the 48-hour observation they could perhaps go home happy, smiling. And many have also said that they don't want their son or their daughter to work in such a situation again. We had also spoken to a father who had already lost one of his son in a construction activity company where he was already working. But you know, this is his second and younger son, and he told us that, you know, I don't want my son to work here anymore. I want him to be happy. I want him to be alive. I want him to be beside me, and I'll take him back to our village in Bihar. So pardon me, to Uttar Pradesh. So you know, this is how the sense of emotion for a parent, for a husband, for a wife is for these family members who have been trapped here for the last 41 days. So of course the family members are looking forward to work with their to meet their loved ones, to physically see them as soon as they're coming out, and they will be taken to the makeshift hospital, which is just about 30 kilometers from where we are standing currently.
All right. Thank you, Dibendu, so much. I request you to stay with us. So we're giving you these live visuals coming from Uttarkashi, and of course this last stage of the rescue operation in Uttarkashi is underway. This is the visual of the first worker which came out alive and healthy. There we see General V.K. Singh, Union Minister, Chief Minister of Uttarakhand, Pushkar Singh Dhami, interacting with this worker, and of course loud cheers and chants also being heard there. And what we are being told right now is that 13 workers have been safely rescued. So efforts initially involved drilling through a 60-meter stretch of collapsed tunnel debris using techniques like horizontal drilling with an auger machine. Then that process encountered difficulties. That led to a pause. Subsequently, then vertical drilling was started by the rescue team from the tunnel's top. Then authorities transitioned to manual drilling using the rat hole mining technique to clear the last 10 meters of the debris. So these workers trapped inside the tunnel have been waiting for rescue for the past 16 days. So 13 workers have been rescued so far from the Uttarkashi tunnel, and we see ambulances are on standby. And of course we see that Uttarakhand Chief Minister is meeting with the rescued workers, and another hour or so we expect, we hope that the workers, all the trapped workers, will be out in safe health conditions. Dibendu, if you're still with me, okay, our correspondent is not with us right now, but what we are getting these updates, we are getting live from Uttarkashi. This operation has been really carefully calibrated one. The rescue teams were also brought in from outside the country, and as international tunneling experts and drilling operations disaster management officials have been working round the clock, and these trapped workers are now being removed one by one on wheeled stretchers through the 57-meter pipe inserted into the zone where these people were trapped. So here we see again every rescue worker there being complimented for this really extensive effort round the clock, day in, day night, for the past 16 days. These rat miners, these rescue workers, the Indian Army personnel, the NDRF force, the SDRF force, the people of the locals, they have the media personnel, they've all been hopeful, and today, day 17th of this rescue operation, we've finally got the news that we were all waiting for. These workers are in good health condition. 13 of them have come out alive from the Silkyara tunnel. Everyone receives really a word of great praise, and sweets being distributed here. These people are family members there. They're celebrating the rescue of these workers. And The whole nation right now is in joy, but this process is continuing. Only 13 have come out. The rest, the process is going to take another hour or so. So these workers were trapped since November the 12th in Silkyara Tunnel, when a landslide caused a portion of the tunnel to collapse. And since then, rescuers resorted to manual digging after the drilling machine broke down because of the region's harsh mountainous terrain. And here we see ambulances on standby. There's a 10-bedded makeshift hospital that has been created at the site. And rat mining is the technique that was employed at the final stages of this operation. And it was a whole government approach. Many rescue agencies were involved in this mega operation. And of course, we know it is a hilly, mountainous terrain. So the temperature difference was also great. The temperature inside the tunnel was about 20 degrees Celsius, while outside it was near about 5 degrees Celsius. So it took tremendous skill, tenacity to keep drilling and to keep these workers' hopes also alive so that they don't lose the faith to come out alive. And here we see the workers being commended by Chief Minister Pushkar Singh Dhami and General V.K. Singh, the entire team being praised. And of course, we see smiles everywhere. And soon we'll have the whole detail of these workers being rescued one after another from the Silkyara Tunnel in Uttarkashi. So this entire day, today Tuesday, we were hoping that this news will come, and it has finally good news. It's always good to present good news to you. And the Air Force, the Indian Air Force has stationed a Chinook helicopter near the medical center to which the trapped men will be taken. And of course, 13 of them are out of the tunnel. They will be sharing their ordeal, which they went through these past 16 days. So this rescue plan, allow me to tell you again that this rescue plan, the final stage of the rescue plan hinges on NDRF personnel crawling down the pipe to reach the trapped men and get them out one by one. And these workers are being brought one by one on a specially modified stretcher that is being pushed down the rescue pipe and pulled manually by the rescuers. And Dibendu Mondal, who has been tracking this story for the past few days, Dibendu, yes, it has been really a tiring effort even from the media's end to be able to give us round-the-clock updates on this rescue operation and keeping the hopes of the entire nation alive.
Well, that's right, and we have almost reached now the final leg, and we can, of course, with the visuals now pouring in, we can for certain say that we have reached the last leg of the operation here, and as we can see, there have also been visuals coming out of the Chief Minister, Pushkar Singh Dhami, already meeting and greeting the workers who are coming out of the tunnel one by one. So there is, of course, a sense of joy. There is, of course, a sense of happiness amongst everyone here at Silkyara, where this massive rescue operation is underway. And we're just moments away from reaching the last and the final man to be taken out and declaring the entire mission to be one of the most complex yet successful mission. So this entire event is some. will go down in history with such a massive complex operation being made to be successful with the efforts of all rescue operators, authorities, and everyone here, including the media contingent that has come down from not just from Delhi but also from across different parts of the country to cover this entire rescue operation here at Silkyara. So this rescue today, these visuals of the trapped workers coming out one by one is giving a sense of happiness, relief. Thousands of prayers that have gone down over the last couple of days and in fact weeks now. Coming to bear the fruits, and their prayers are being heard. We have seen here visuals of even General V.K. Singh, and in fact even the international tunneling expert Arnold Dix praying to the local DT here at the Silkyara tunnel for the safe rescue of these 41 trapped men.
Okay, Dibendu, breaking news coming in. All 41 workers are safely now out of the Silkyara tunnel. This is the breaking news that we are tracking at this hour. Great breakthrough. These men have come out alive, safe from the collapsed Silkyara tunnel. All 41 workers are reported to be safe. And Dibendu, a green corridor has been organized by the local administration so that all these 41 workers are, are taken to the hospital as quickly as possible. Is that correct?
Yes, absolutely correct, Tanvi. There has been a green corridor that has been made by the district administration here in Uttarkashi for ensuring the safe and fast transport of these 41 workers that have now been successfully taken out from the tunnel. So, of course, as we are breaking this news that all the 41 workers have now been successfully brought out of the tunnel who had been trapped inside for the last 17 days now. Finally, much celebration, much joy amongst the family members who had been eagerly waiting for 17 days now to see their loved ones. So this rescue operation have massively come out to be a successful one, and now it is just the well-being of all the 41 workers who were trapped inside for 17 days now. So, they will now be taken through a green corridor in all the 41 ambulances that have already been lined up here at the Silkyara tunnel to the district hospital at Uttarkashi, where they will be given treatment and monitored, and their health parameters will be monitored for the next 48 hours now.
Okay, Dibendu, again, we request you to rewind for us this rescue operation, this 17-day long rescue operation, and the challenges that the rescuers have faced in rescuing all the trapped workers out of this tunnel.
Well, as we have been reporting this has been a very complex rescue operation where, 41 workers, were trapped for the last 17 days. And, several of the efforts of different kinds. The government had also told us that 6-pronged strategy was being taken to ensure the safe return of these workers. And, from auger drilling to vertical drilling to horizontal drilling to perpendicular to blasting, every method was taken into consideration and put in place by the authorities, the army, the NHIDCL, the several other arms of the government. All were working in tandem and in coordination. And as was rightly said in the NTMA press conference today, there must have been no ministry left in the government that was not taken part in this operation, in this rescue operation. So, it is a joint effort of all the ministries, all the organizations, the state government, the authorities that have sat down every day, planned thoroughly for this entire operation to be made successful. So, it has of course been a very, very tiresome, long, complex operation. But now with the news breaking that all the 41 workers have been rescued successfully, nothing can be more relieving to all those who have worked for 24 hours. And of course, for the family members, not to forget, it's something that is going to bring cheers amongst everyone here, and not just here, I would say. A safe rescue, and tonight everyone can sleep happily, perhaps when these rescuers will be meeting their loved ones.
Yes, and if we could also talk a little bit about what happened, Dibyendu, on November 12th, when part of the tunnel had collapsed. Was it because of inclement weather?
Well, Tanvi, we do not know for certain yet as to what led to the collapse because investigations are still asked the authorities multiple times, but there has been no official word on it as to what was the reason. But of course, they are investigating, and they have all saying that it's a matter of investigation, and once the investigation is completed, they will bring it to the public forum as to what exactly led to this accident or in fact a disaster like this. But what the authorities had always been telling us is that their priorities have always been to rescue, and all these can be looked at the hindsight as to who was responsible and what led to this, and what happened could be dealt after these 41 men are out. And now when these 41 men are out, I think the authorities will now dwell into the fact that how they can who was responsible led to this massive disaster that put to risk the life of these 41 men.
Yes, and now we see Twitter is also, social media platform X is also abuzz with this good news. We see Minister of Road Transport and Highways, Nitin Gadkari, tweeting there, "I'm completely relieved and happy." I'm quoting him here, "I'm completely relieved and happy as 41 trapped laborers in the Silkyara tunnel collapse have been successfully rescued. This was a well-coordinated effort by multiple agencies, marking one of the most significant rescue operations in recent years. Various departments, agencies complemented each other despite facing numerous challenges. Tireless and sincere efforts by everyone, coupled with prayers from all, have made this operation possible. The dedicated endeavors of the rescue teams have yielded favorable results." He goes on to say further, "I express gratitude to each agency and individual involved in this rescue operation. Deep appreciation for the international rescue experts, administrative officers, and the Uttarakhand government for their swift and effective response." He says that, "I take this opportunity to thank the Honorable Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji, who has been constantly monitoring the entire operation and providing guidance and support whenever required. Chief Minister Uttarakhand, Pushkar Singh Dhami ji, colleague General V.K. Singh, all almost camped there during the operation. Last but not the least, I thank the officers and engineers for their sincere efforts." He's thanking all the officers of his ministry, and of course every officer involved in this operation really receives greatest gratitude from every countryman today. Dibyendu, this really has required immense coordination efforts, because when one process of your rescue operation fails, plan A fails, there has to be plan B in place. Plan B fails, plan C has to be in place. And of course, there were multiple occasions. We heard in the NDMA's presser that there were multiple occasions when even the people covering the event were frustrated, let let alone the people involved in it. So, of course, but there was always this sense of this effort from the government side that we are not in a hurry. This process requires, calibration, careful effort. And of course, Dibendu, we're getting Nitin Gadkari, who is speaking right now.
पहली बार इस प्रकार का अनुभव आया, इन लोगों की जान बची, उन लोगों को मैं बहुत बहुत शुभकामनाएं, शुभेच्छाएं देता हूं। और इसमें जान बचाने में जिन जिन भारत सरकार की एजेंसियों ने और राज्य सरकार की एजेंसियों ने और सभी हमारे इंजीनियर्स थे, रात दिन अपने जोखिम लेकर जो काम किया है, उन सबको भी बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद देता हूं, उनके आभार व्यक्त करता हूं। ये घटना ने भी हमको सीखने के लिए बहुत कुछ मिला है। अब हम लोग इसके बारे में टनल का सेफ्टी ऑडिट भी करने वाले हैं और टेक्नोलॉजी के साथ कैसे हम लोग ज्यादा से अच्छे टेक्नोलॉजी का उपयोग कर सके, ये भी कोशिश करेंगे। हिमालय का स्टार्टा बहुत ही फ्राजिल है और इसीलिए स्वाभाविक रूप से वहाँ काम करना भी बहुत कठिन है, पर इसके ऊपर हमको उपाय ढूंढना होगा। हम निश्चित रूप से उपाय ढूंढेंगे। इसी विश्वास के साथ फिर से एक बार जिन जिन लोगों ने सहयोग किया उनको बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद और विशेष रूप से जो मजदूर है उनके परिवारों को भी मेरी बहुत बहुत शुभकामनाएं, क्योंकि वो बेचारे वापस आए हैं। हमारे लिए सबके लिए बहुत खुशी की बात है। उनके उज्जवल भविष्य की कामना। बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद। नमस्कार।
So there was Road Transport and Highways Minister Nitin Gadkari there expressing gratitude to everyone involved in this rescue operation. All 41 workers trapped inside the Silkyara tunnel in India's northern hilly state of Uttarakhand since November 12th have successfully been rescued. And of course, the minister there, Nitin Gadkari, is saying that a safety audit of this tunnel will be initiated soon. He said that the strata of the Himalayan region is always fragile and assessments will be done. Corrective measures assessment of the corrective measures will be done so that incidents like these do not happen again. So, Dibendu, a response from your end about the tunnel safety audit, which the minister just said will be initiated soon? So we see ambulances flashing their lights at the mouth of the Silkyara tunnel, where all the trapped workers have come out safely right now. And this operation started when 16 days ago, when these workers were trapped when a portion of the Silkyara tunnel collapsed. So all 41 workers have been rescued. There is, of course, joy on everybody's faces. These multiple agencies which have worked day and night for these rescue mission, the NDRF, National Disaster Response Force, the Border Roads Organization, the Indian Army, the Indian Air Force, the players like ONGC, Coal India, National Disaster Response Force, State Disaster Response Force, all their efforts have fructified today. All 41 workers are safe out of the tunnel, and soon after their medical checks have been done, they will be accompanied by a family member, and that one relative will accompany each rescued worker. Of course, this is a trauma that they will carry with them, and of course, mental health specialists will also be giving them the required treatment over the coming days. But for now, it's really a joyous occasion, and as is being reported, that this rescue mission will go down in history as one of the most difficult. And of course, there was light at the end of the tunnel. We saw these workers coming alive. The visuals will soon be with us. We did see one worker who was interacting with Pushkar Singh Dhami, Chief Minister of Uttarakhand. So these ambulances right now at the mouth of the tunnel, taking these trapped workers through a green corridor to a hospital which is a few kilometers away from the tunnel site. And tomorrow in the morning, through the Indian Air Force's helicopter stationed there. They will be taken for further medical checkups. So kudos to the rat hole miners, the skilled workers who drilled through the debris pile manually. They created a narrow passageway for these 41 workers trapped in the collapsed tunnel in Uttarakhand. So these rat miners, these NDRF, SDRF, all the engineers involved in this rescue operation are the real heroes of this 17-day-long rescue mission. So it's time for gratitude. Yes, every single person who has worked tirelessly in this rescue mission deserves great praise for their tenacity, for their superb skill, for their determination, so that this operation is successful, and of course, these 41 lives are saved. We just heard Nitin Gadkari expressing gratitude there to the entire team in this rescue operation. Nitin Gadkari also said that soon the safety audit for this tunnel will be initiated. He said that the Himalayan strata is fragile, so one would have to look in as to how such incidents can be avoided in future. For now, salute to all the agencies who worked day in and day night for this rescue mission. So Indian government saying there that all 41 workers trapped inside the Silkyara tunnel in Uttarakhand for 17 days have been rescued. This statement coming from the state government there. All 41 rescued workers are safe. The entire state apparatus was focused for the past 16 days on this rescue mission. Vertical drilling, horizontal drilling, manual drilling. Every approach was employed so that nothing happens to these trapped workers inside the Silkyara tunnel. What we are all grateful for as a nation is that the efforts of all our teams have fructified today. All 41 workers rescued from India's Uttarkashi tunnel are in good health condition. It's an emotional moment for definitely the family members, the workers, but indeed for the entire nation as well. So this whole rescue mission was impeded by the necessity to, of having to cut through metal rods, hard rock, loose soil. And of course, today, all this effort has come to the successful culmination of this operation. All 41 workers rescued from India's Silkyara tunnel. So now what we are seeing on our screens, Pushkar Singh Dhami overseeing all this rescue operation, and now what we are getting live visual from Ata Hasnain, former general, NDMA.
Non-entities, but it just shows that the government of India, the nation, has risen to the occasion and respected the life of the last 41st person who was in this group. My personal commitment in this was that I would not rest until the 41st person was out. There was no need to celebrate only when one man was out, but when the 41st person was out. I think we have reasonable reason to celebrate that. There were every technology of the world, all advisors who were important people who played such an important role in holding our hand, giving confidence to the people on the ground and offering their advice. And very importantly, while all these agencies were working together and doing a tremendous job, the lines were open and lots of people were speaking. I know my own mobile phone was absolutely jammed. The amount of messages I was getting, the amount of calls I was getting, offering assistance of every kind. Everyone, like a few days ago, we said everyone was a cricket expert. So was everyone a disaster management expert. They had some kind of something to offer. A lot of people have gone to the ground when they offered their services. Some people have been sent to the ground and they've made a huge difference there. So I think a very operational, a very professional, and may I say a very humanistic approach was adopted by the government of India, which has led to this success and deserved it.
Sir, what are you gathering now from?
So that was General Atta Hasnain, member National Disaster Management Authority, briefing media on the rescue operation. And here we see Narendra Modi, Prime Minister of India, tweeting about this operation. He's saying that it's an emotional moment. This news is really emotional for all of us. He is praising the courage, the patience of these workers who were inside this tunnel for a good period of time. He said, your patience is inspirational. He commends the effort of every person employed in this rescue operation, and he also hopes for the well-being of these workers. He goes on to say that it's been after a long while that these trapped workers will get an opportunity to meet their loved ones. The patience and the courage these workers have shown, it is commendable. And of course, Prime Minister Narendra Modi there complimenting, saluting the efforts of everyone involved in this arduous rescue operation. He said, he goes on to say that these trapped workers have been given a new life, and the teamwork, the humanity on display is really an example for everyone. And of course, as we have been discussing on this broadcast, that this rescue operation will go down in India's history as one of the most successful ones because, of course, all the 41 trapped workers are alive and in good health condition. That's it in this broadcast. Now,